says, as they heard that, they immediately obeyed, which means that they were ready to stand before the court.
I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine.
So you want to be a witness for Jesus Christ. I want us to really look at what it calls for, what it takes to be a witness. Because being a witness is good and it can be glorious. But it has its struggles. And we're talking being a witness for Christ. And what I want us to do is to look at what it is like when people actually sign up to be a witness, even at a court. We're talking about just the everyday witness in a court, secular witnesses, court witnesses. I want to be able to mirror that, either being a witness of Christ and being a witness in court, if you were summoned to be a witness and so forth. So the passage that the Lord led me to, which helps to mirror that quite nicely, is Acts chapter 5. Please turn your Bibles to Acts chapter 5. A witness for Christ. And we want to look at what a witness for Christ has to go through and has to be prepared to go through. This is the passage where in chapter 1 it begins with the story of Ananias and Sapphira. We know that story already. We don't even want to spend time there. But after that death of Ananias and Sapphira, it became a big lesson for the church that pretenders and those who are not sure of themselves need to get sure. And after that, we pick up at verse 12. Verses 12 to about 16 is just an introduction to the passage that I want us to continue on to. But I want to read verses 12 to 16 so we can paint a picture of what's going on. The apostles were what would you call in the height of their ministry for the Lord. Power, anointing, all of the, you would call the spiritual tokens and goodies, all of the spiritual manifestations, all of the spiritual endowments were being displayed at this particular point through the apostles. So we pick up in verse 12 and it says, and by the hands of the apostles were many signs and wonders worked or wrought among the people. And they were all with one accord in Solomon's porch. Alright? And of the rest durst no man join himself, meaning did not associate themselves to them, but the people magnified them. In other words, there were many people who gravitated to the apostles' ministry and doctrine. But there was a certain sect, there were, as you call them, the rest of persons who said, I will not even associate with these people. We would gather that as we read on, it would be those persons who are anti-Christ or anti-the-apostle doctrine, like the Sadducees and the Pharisees, which you're going to see in a moment. So there was a group who didn't want to associate themselves with the apostles. So moving on. Verse 14 says, and believers were more added to the Lord, multitudes, both of men and women. So even though there was a rest who didn't want to associate themselves, people were getting saved in multitudes, men and women. In so much that they brought forth the sick into the streets and laid them on beds and couches, that at the least the shadow, wow, a topic, as I said, it is they were at the pinnacle of the power and anointing at this point. You know. The shadow of Peter passing by might overshadow some of them. No, let me just put it this way. It may not be that Peter himself initiated this, you know, but the apostles were demonstrating so much power that the people believed that if they would just let the shadow of an apostle pass, healing might come. Right? It's the same idea of the woman who said, man, if I just but touch the hem of his garment, I might be healed. So they believed in what was going on here. Alright? Now verse 16 says, there came also a multitude out of the cities round about unto Jerusalem, bringing sick folks, and them which were vexed with unclean spirits, meaning demon possessed, and they were healed every one. So this was the height of their ministry. But at the height of your ministry, watch out. If you want to be a witness for the Lord, watch out. Because at the height of your ministry, the devil is going to still be at work. He works harder on Christians who work hard. The devil will not waste his time on non-hard-working Christians. Be Christians. You know what time for that? In fact, I didn't even want to preach about this. I didn't start preaching it. But let me just say this. The devil will not waste his time on lazy Christians. Because they are already doing their part in not contributing to the work of the Lord. So he's going to spend his time where the Christians are the most hardworking. So in verse 17 and 18, it says, then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with indignation, jealousy, wrath, anger, and laid their hands on the apostles, and put them in the common prison. Stop right here. If you are going to be a witness for Christ, the first thing you need to know, a witness for Christ should be prepared to go to trial. If you are going to, remember, we're mirroring it with a witness in court. If you are going to be a witness, you must be prepared to go to trial. It is not going to be easy. If you name the name of Christ and you are going to be a witness, there are going to be trials to attend. And if you don't want to go, they will come to you. They were at the height of their ministry. And they were being successful, if you don't like that word, profitable for the ministry. And then here comes some kind of trial. Right? So the opposition said to them, listen, we are angry with you. for preaching the name of Christ, and they laid hands on the apostles and put them in common prison. If you are going to serve the Lord and be a witness, you're going to go through some inconveniences. So remember, while you read the success of a good ministry, a great ministry, and God is providing for you and people are getting saved, in the midst of that, be prepared for some inconveniences in your life. You are going to go where no one has gone before. Or you may repeat going to some place where others have gone before. But in that going to some places, there are some places you never planned to go. And one of them could be prison. One of them could be the knocks of hard life. One of them, just being a witness for the Lord, could take you some places that was not on your itinerary. You know you're supposed to go here on the street and so forth, and the Lord called you on a mission trip and so forth. But if being a witness for Christ, you must be prepared to go through the trial, because they weren't necessarily thinking of going to prison. And remember, wrongfully accused, or maybe in the eyes of those who put them there, they might say rightfully because they put them there because they're preaching for the Christ, the name of Christ. So you might go through some inconveniences, you might go through some discomfort, just because you're a witness for Christ. You might go through some pressure. You might even put your life in jeopardy. Just because you're a witness for Christ, your life may be in danger. There are some places in Jamaica right now that some people would not want to go. But if the Lord is calling you, won't call the names right now, if the Lord is calling you to go to a certain community, to a certain street, you go. But be very aware that your life could be in danger. But be an obedient witness for Christ. Go to trial. Be prepared for whatever may come. Some people will not like you, and some people may make your life hard for you. So a witness for Christ should be prepared to go to trial. But secondly, a witness may be summoned to appear before the court. Secondly, a witness may be summoned to appear before the court. Let's read verses 19 on. But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, Go stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life. We'll come back in a moment to that. But let's read the verse 28 so you get the picture. And when they heard what the angel of the Lord said, and it says, Go and preach. When they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught. But the high priest came, and they that were with him, and called the council together, and all the senate of the children of Israel, and sent to the prison to have them brought. But when the officers came and found them not in the prison, they returned and told, saying, The prison truly found we shut with all safety, and the keeper standing without before the doors. But when we had opened, we found no man within. I want you to understand what happened here. There's a miracle, you know. This sounds familiar to you. It's not the first time, you know. The miracle was that the angel of the Lord came and opened the doors, unbeknown to the keepers, unbeknown to the soldiers, the security personnel. And if you just read what I read, I would say that what I'm about to say sounds accurate. Because the Bible said that the angel of the Lord opened the doors. But then later, the soldiers said they came and found everything safe and locked. So the angel opened the door, Brother O'Neill, and then shut it back. Unknown, this is a miracle, to those who are keeping. So what is funny, you know, I find it very funny, that here are these soldiers just standing, keeping guard in an empty cell. They thought they were there and never realized. So some miracle has occurred. Whether God let them disappear, they're not visible, or put the guards to sleep, whatever happened, they were not And the chief priests heard these things. They doubted of them whereunto this would grow. In other words, they wondered themselves, what would happen next? In other words, what would they know about this? If anybody hear this, they're going to distrust even our very law and our security system. What is going to happen next? Then came one and told them, saying, behold, the men whom ye put in prison are standing in the temple and teaching the people. Then went the captain with the officers and brought them without violence. Alright? They did not manhandle them and force them, which means that the apostles went peacefully. Right? For they feared the people, lest they should have been stoned. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council. And the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straightly or strictly command you that you should not teach in this name? And behold, you have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. A witness should be prepared to go to trial, but a witness may be summoned to appear before the court. They were summoned to appear before the court. Since you want to be a witness for Christ, come talk to me. Did we not tell you not to preach in this name? But I want to go back to verse 19. Right? Notice, forgive me for saying this, and I'm supposed you understand this. When God does something, he does it. Notice that there was a prison break. And the one who broke them out of prison was God. No. You remember last week's message? Sometimes some things may seem unethical to us. And here is God breaking them out of prison. But he had a purpose for it. He broke them out of prison and brought them forth and said, go stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this land. Now I want you to understand this. God summoned his chief witnesses to testify in the temple as their test or mock trial to make sure they were ready to appear in court later. Let me flesh that out for you. For some of you who watch Law and Order and those lawyer movies and series, if you would have watched them often enough, you would have noticed that some of the defense attorneys do this. So for instance, Brother Arvin is a witness for the defense, and he's a star witness, a chief witness. The defense attorney would call him into the office and say, Brother Arvin, let's pretend that I'm the attorney. Brother Arvin, alright, remove the brother from me. Alright, Arvin, sit in the chair. And I'm going to conduct a mock trial. The attorneys do this to see if the witness is ready. And so they start to ask some questions and badger and say, no, you cannot say that, or you're going to implicate yourself. Or, so they do that on a serious level. They do that to get them ready and test them and ask them questions. Sometimes even the witness forget that they're on a mock trial and say, why are you asking all these questions? They say, because the prosecution may ask you that. Am I making sense? So the attorneys do that in real life and get them ready with a mock trial. I believe Jesus was getting them ready for what they were about to face when this tribunal brought them. So they said, go and be a witness. And so it tested their stability. It tested their steadfastness. It tested if they were really ready to stand up for God. Because remember, they were put in prison for preaching and teaching the name of Christ. No, God released them. And interestingly, instead of saying, you want us to go back out here? Then you need to get locked up again. They said, you know what? It says, as they heard that, they immediately obeyed. Which means that they were ready to stand before the court. So a witness may be someone who appears before the court. So when the court summons you, here's the third thing you need to bear in mind. A witness must be willing to take the stand. A witness must be willing to take the stand. Should be prepared to go to trial, maybe someone to appear before the court, but must be willing to take the stand. Because here they were now before the court. And so, the court says, what is it that you are doing? Did we not tell you? So here is what Peter and the other apostles answered. verses 29 to 33. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. One of the most profound statements that Christians will ever say is this one. But it's also powerful. Let me just say this then. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Because when you utter something like this, you are saying that you are prepared for the consequences. You're not afraid of people? Because we're going to obey God rather than man. Be willing to take a stand, meaning to stand for Christ, or a witness for Him. So it doesn't matter what they come with. They say, we are to obey God rather than man. The God of our fathers raised up Jesus, whom you slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath God exalted with His right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. And we are His witnesses of these things. I tell you, you are preparing them for the chief witness. And so is also the Holy Ghost is another witness, whom God has given to them that obey Him. We are His witnesses, and we are willing to take a stand for God. We don't care what you have to say. When they heard that, they were cut to the heart and took counsel to slay them, to kill them. You must be willing to take the stand. Let's go back to the court system. When a witness is to take a stand, they have them swear on a Bible and say, do you promise to, I'm finishing now, I don't know it. Do you promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? When you are a witness for Christ, you're supposed to be saying that too. I promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. What you must understand, that the truth is going to offend some people. So when you go with the truth, when you go with the gospel, some people not like the message but still stand for God because you're a witness for Christ. You must not be intimidated by powerful people because you represent the all-powerful God. Because let's not kid ourselves. There are some powerful people out there. But do not be intimidated by powerful people because you serve an all-powerful God. You're a witness. Your position doesn't frighten me. Your gun doesn't frighten me. It doesn't matter who you are. We are going to obey God rather than man. They remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They said, oh, kingly fervor. They gave it respect, but we will not bow to you. Your testimony must be uncompromising, and your message must be undiluted and unwavering. As you take your stand for God, do not water down the message, do not water down the gospel. Tell it like it is. Speak it in love, but speak the truth in love. My friends, let me tell you something. As you take the stand as a witness, you're going to face opposition. But listen to this. When you face the opposition, you must maintain your position. When you face opposition, maintain your position. All you need to do is to take off the OP, which stands for opposing persons, and leave the position standing. You get that now? Put it up as a chew. That's all by myself. So when you face opposition, take off the OP, other persons, opposing persons, and leave the position. Stand on your position. Take off the OP, finger. Opposition, no opposition. Stand on your position. When you face the prosecution, you must endure the persecution. Because they're going to badger you. They are going to do and say all kind of manner of things and accuse you falsely. But if you have the truth will always remain the truth. It's when you tell the lie you're going to have problems because you're trying to remember what the other lie was in order to keep the story straight. But when the story is straight from before, every time they ask you, if it's 100 times, they will get the same answer. Jesus said, we believe in the resurrection. We believe and trust our Lord and Savior. We believe that He died on the cross and He rose again. Keep the truth If it's one thing, they will keep saying, as much as we're badgering this witness remains consistent. You must be willing to take the stand. But fourthly, a witness can rest assured that they are not the one on trial. Let me repeat that. If you're going to be a witness for Christ, you can rest assured that you are not the one on trial, that they are not the one on trial. Let's find that out in verses 34 to 48. So here comes this particular thing. They were cut to the heart and they were wanting to slay them, to kill them. Verse 34 says, Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law. For those of you who were here earlier, remember, a doctor of the law, alright, had in reputation among all the people, meaning that he was well respected, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, meaning send them outside for a little while. I need to talk to you guys. And said unto them, Ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what you intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theodas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves. So before there came somebody, and people followed him. But then he was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, leave them alone, let them alone. For if this counsel or this word be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of God, you cannot overthrow it, lest haply you be found even to fight against God. A witness can rest assured that they are not the ones on trial. When you are a witness for Christ, it's not you on trial, you're just witnessing, you're just defending or testifying for Jesus Christ. He is the one they're putting on trial for truth. His word, his doctrine. So just be a witness. You know that there are times when you go back to the court system, when the prosecution may be badgering the witness, and then the lawyer, the defense lawyer says, objection, badgering the witness. The witness is not on trial here. The witness is here to just testify on behalf of the person that is, on the bench. And then the judge will say, sustain. When the judge says sustain, it means that the witness does not have to answer that question. But if the judge overrules the objection, the witness has to answer. May I say to you, rest assured that when you are a witness for Jesus Christ, all objections will be sustained. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to say a word because you are not on trial. The word is, they are looking into it and say, this thing. That is why wherever you go, whether the person is saved or not, God always plans somebody in there at the right time, and that person was Gamaliel. We don't have to. We're not trying to debate theologically Gamaliel was being saved or not. What I'm saying is that God planned him there to put some sense in them, and at the end of it, He said, "If these men are for God, it's some bigger happening here." You can't stop them because you will find yourself fighting against God. And 48 says, and to him they agreed. You can rest assured that the defense is solid. When it is God can defend himself, Just be a witness and make God do the rest. You can rest assured that your rights are protected when you are a witness for Christ. He will look over you. He will watch over you. So just be a witness. You're not the one on trial. Then finally, a witness for Christ will be free to testify at other public hearings or at public hearings. A witness will be free to testify at public hearings. You see, when God steps in and defends you, watch what happens. We'll finish up verse 40. And when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Jesus, and then they let them go. I want you to notice the change from verse 33 to verse 40. In verse 33, these men were angry, furious, and really were planning to send them to the gas chamber. Yet they are witnesses, you know. They are just witnesses. So after a while, these men found out that they're not the ones on trial here. And so they had to let them go. They became free to testify. Look at this. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And daily in the temple and in every house, they ceased not to teach and preach Jesus Christ. A witness will be free to testify at public hearings. Whosoever will hear, whosoever will listen. This did not faze them. They got themselves into a little jam, but God got them out of the jam. And when they were free, they went back to being witnesses. In every public hearing, I want to tell you about Jesus. It doesn't matter what happened before. We will continue to tell you about Jesus. My friends, if you had a bad experience in witnessing, don't let that stop you. Continue to be a witness for the Lord. And there are three things that come out of this passage, if you realize. Verse 40b says that they were resilient. In other words, they departed from the presence of the council, right? And they were rejoicing, right? It says that they went back to what they were doing, right? They were resilient and they were rejoiceful. 41b, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. They were rejoiceful, and then they were relentless. 42, they didn't stop. They continued to do what they were supposed to do. So the question is, do you want to be a witness? This is what it may entail. It may call for some things, so you should be prepared to go to trial. You may be summoned to appear before the court. You must be willing to take a stand. You can rest assured that you are not the one on trial, and you will be free to testify at public hearings. My friends, in conclusion, a witness for Christ will be called upon to testify again and again and again. You will be called upon to testify again and again and again once you become a witness for Christ. And when you are called, promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, and God will help you. Promise to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, and God will help you. Be a witness for God. Let us pray. Lord, we thank you. We thank you for your word. Indeed, being a witness calls for a lot. It may call for some of us to give up a lot. It may call for some of us to sacrifice a lot. It may call for some of us to risk a lot. But I pray that we will be steadfast. We will not be deterred. We will not be discouraged. I pray, dear God, that we will be steadfast, firm witnesses. We will not be intimidated by people, intimidated by authorities, intimidated by criminals. That we will be the witness you have called us to be. So God, help us to remember that you are there with us. You are putting the plans together. You're placing people there to watch over us as well. So Lord, I pray that we will go forth in confidence, knowing that you are God, and you indeed set everything in the place and for the purpose in which you intended. So Lord, help us to be encouraged today to keep on witnessing for you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.